everything
全世界
fine?
シリーズ累計出荷本数4400万本突破。圧倒的なクオリティで世界中を熱
Alright,
狂させ
so
続けてきた。
let me know how the audio is of the movie and my voice.
満を持して最新ハードで登場。
Is it good?
ド迫力のバトルがシステムのブラッシュアップでより遊びやすく、全てはさらなる熱狂と爽快感のために。
Yeah, so this is the most recent trailer that we got. It pretty much showcases all the modes, all the main major modes of Tekken 7 it's gonna have, and it's basically, you know, pretty much straightforward, like pretty much showing what it has, the new mechanics, you know, rage drives, etc. And if I'm not mistaken, next week they're gonna upload the English version of this trailer, so it's pretty much the same thing, explaining how cool this game is, how epic it is, you know. So, but that's not what we're here for, right? Yeah, so this is the part where it actually starts. So, okay, one moment. Right, so this is the first thing that we saw. Like this is the thing that I was like waiting for the whole time. Like, okay, we haven't seen how the story mode will work and what it is actually, and how we will navigate through it. That is something I was very curious, and now we have seen it. How it basically is. The structure that they are going to do is pretty much via chapters. So you have this narrator, this investigator who is, you know, who is basically part of the war that is going on between the Mishima Zaibatsu and G-Corp ever since, you know, Tekken 6, and we are basically him, and we are you know, also uncovering the events of what happened and the mysteries and everything that is concerning the Mishima saga. So one thing I have to say is, like, you know, it's what you see right now isn't of course the final version, like, oh, it has so many chapters, or it has you know, so many character episodes. First of all, they're showcasing, like, you know, every, you know, it's a brand new storytelling. Pretty much, in my opinion, they're saying like how we messed up with Tekken 6. We want to do something like this as well. But now they have, of course, they have seen what has come after Tekken 6. You know how Mortal Kombat approached it with their story-driven cinematics and gameplay, and now they are like literally presenting it in their own way. And one of the first things they do is like pretty much say you like everything is fluid, everything is instantly. Like, you start the match immediately. It's also what Harada said some time ago, like, he is not messing around with the rules of round 1 start and you start equally with health bars. So yeah, that is something really cool. Second thing is the thing you see here, the story assist, what is blinking right now in the left corner. In my opinion, that is something really cool, because you are kind of, and there are situations, of course, where you are forced to choose to play with characters, right? So you are either forced to play with Heihachi or with Kazuya or Li Chaolan, you know? So that is something cool. So if you don't know the moves, you can activate the story assist and you can pretty much, you know, do your electric with gun fist with one push of a button, which is something really cool. And it helps also. I think it's really made for the newcomers, for the beginners who are really into it. So yeah, and then of course we've seen it dozens of times. The most important thing is this part, the Honmaru battle from Tekken 5, because if you are kind of, you know, if you've heard me talked about it, I've said this several times, like you know, it's been said in the past. I'm serious, like back in September 2016, when Harada was in Russia, he gave an interview and he said like, hey, we're going to kind of retell the story of Tekken. And when you play this game, you will kind of know the events and be involved in it. But he was very vague about it. But also have to say, like, when they showed the E3 trailer of previous year, when we saw this battle incorporated with a CG intro of the arcade, I instantly was like, oh, now I'm understanding how they're approaching this, you know, this game. And this Tekken 5 Honmaru battle pretty much showcases, like, of course, this isn't only going to be for Tekken 5, but it will also be for pretty much what happened in the Mishima saga between Kazuya and Heihachi. So think about Kazuya in Tekken 1 beating down Heihachi and throwing him off the cliff. Because obviously we've seen that in here is that he obviously Heihachi throwed off Kid Kazuya off the cliff, right? But also in Tekken 2, the whole fight with the devil, when Kazuya, when Heihachi throws Kazuya into the volcano. As far as Tekken 3, Tekken 3 isn't as far connected to Kazuya as it is with Jun Kazama, but it's still concerning Heihachi. So, you know, Ogre, I've already said in my last video, like, hey, is there a chance we're gonna see Ogre and Jinpachi in this game? This is what I was exactly referring to, because I knew they were gonna retell those classic moments from the game. So this is really, really cool, because I have actually seen this, how it plays out in the story mode from videos on YouTube, and it sort of is like going through the chapters and basically telling you, like, oh, this is what happened after Tekken 4, and then you see that cutscene as well. So the question is, like, how many of those events are we gonna see, and to how many characters are they going to refer it to? Right. Yeah, as far as the online, guys, I watched it. It's really cool and all. For now, I'm more like, I'm just gonna wait and the game comes out, and it looks all very promising. If we look at frame by frame, it's all you know, the whole online tournament mode is something very big that they've worked on, and we have to see it how it works in for real, you know. But it looks very, very promising. Different stats, how much you've lost, what country, the chat, everything. So it's pretty much, I'm looking forward to. So yeah, let's go a little bit back. After that, we got into the customization. Offline. Yeah. So yeah, as far as the offline, they're pretty much saying, you know, practice, arcade, versus, and I know what many of you are thinking right now, like, where is survival and team battle and time attack mode and all of those classic modes? We yet have to see. Either they are, in my opinion, incorporated into the story mode somehow, or they are not in this game. Simple as that. So we have to see how it is for now. So I think more people have joined the stream. For those who are joined right now, I am doing a first kind of live Let's Talk thing, giving you my thoughts about the trailers and media that has come out. And then we'll go play Tekken 5. Yeah, about hello everybody, hello Bulba. Yes, I'll answer the Roger Jr. question a bit. Just one moment. Just want to go through this video. Yeah, and also the treasure battle. the treasure battle, which is, in my opinion, something, you know, that has the mixture of ghost battle, gold rush, unlocking items, unlocking stuff, and I think everything is now better presented. You know, it's very well structured for you to say like, yeah, let's go play some treasure battle, and let's unlock some stuff, let's have some fun. Turbo mode is also in there as well. It's something from Tekken Revolution. Me personally, if you have played Turbo Battle from Tekken Revolution, me personally, I enjoyed it, so I'm kind of glad it's kind of back in this game as a mode. So yeah, I think it's a all-in-one mode, best of all those modes combined together for you to, you know, just play against the CPU, unlock some stuff, and yeah, just unlock some stuff. We also see some parts of the customization. I'm sure by now you have seen some, you know, videos on YouTube as well, with the full details of, you know, Akuma and what kind of modes there are. And of course, everybody likes the background music from the customization, myself included. Is very relaxing, very good. So one thing I love is the interface of this whole customization. It's very clean, very focused. You know, it's like not so much bright. So the center focus of attention is on the player and on the character as well. Welcome everybody, welcome. I see new people joining the stream. Welcome everybody, glad you all joined. I see familiar faces. I see Jun Kazama, TEKKEN, Boba. I see a lot of you guys. Glad you joined. Vinny is here too. Vinny from Brazil, my man. Alright, yeah, where were we? Customization. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty dope. Gallery. Now this is something also very cool. This is something very cool because they're pretty much like, okay, since this is the conclusion of the Mishima saga and everything with that, we're gonna just put all the endings, everything in it, in this game for you to unlock and enjoy the whole saga, which is something really cool, you know, because in Tekken Tag 2, this was part as of DLC, so you could buy the ending movies or the music and stuff. But I was like, if it's on YouTube, why should I buy it? You know, so it's really good that they even put this in the game as well. And for us, it's just to, you know, unlock some stuff. The more we can unlock, the more we will play this game for sure. Yeah, Be Quiet Tekken. I think the taiko drum effects will be in the games. Because they've pretty much said like everything that is made on the arcade is directly transferred onto the console version, unless it's something, you know, super exclusive that's only in the arcades of Japan. So, but that is something I think will definitely, I mean, they have to keep their promise. That's how I see it. Because they were talking about like the Bullet Club shirts, like, we don't know yet if it's possible or not, but it's actually in the game as of right now in this build, kind of. I think I've seen a screenshot, something like that. But yeah, what's also cool is that they are also giving you the pachinko cutscenes, and I'm really glad they are, you know, showcasing that as well. I think they have selected the best versions of it, kind of. And some of those are really cool as showcased here, you know, because some have a very artistic style to it, as we can see, you know. There are some pretty cool stuff in there, and those are definitely worthy of, you know, showcasing it in the game. It's of course non-canon, so yeah. But I'm really glad it's in there. It's pretty much, you know, a content-packed Tekken game. What consoles do I have? I have the PS4, the PS3, and a PC, that's it. No Xbox, Switch. Do you watch the first 11 minutes of story gameplay? Yes, I watched the GameSpot. I watched the GameSpot preview. And I also watched some other stuff on YouTube, but I won't talk about that because, in my opinion, like I don't want to, you know, I don't want to go to spoiler territory, you know, too much. But in my opinion, the GameSpot videos isn't a real spoiler. If you know Tekken, if you have played Tekken, then it's not. It just basically extends the gameplay trailer of the scenes. So I'm after this, I may be considering to talk about the GameSpot version as well. Maybe you don't want to watch it. You can. I don't know. Just giving you a warning. So thanks, King Speedy. Love your videos. Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. So yeah. What do we have? Oh, yeah. This part of the trailer. Clips basically saying it's a very packed, very good, awesome game. You should get it on day one. Hey, good evening, Z-Man. Glad you joined. Yeah, also this part, this is pretty much saying like, hey, this is why you should get the game on PS4. Because it pretty much showcases like all the dope content that it has, as far as you know, as far as the soundtracks, you know, because as of right now, I don't think they are even going to bother with the Tekken tunes, because that is something the thing with Tekken tunes is, guys, it's something of Sony. I mean, it's out of their control, so maybe in the future, who knows, because with updates and stuff. But right now, I don't think a regular Tekken tunes is possible, just like with Tekken Tag. But what's really cool here is that you can basically select a track, doesn't matter from which game it is, and use it as the first round or the last round. So yeah, that is something really cool. But you know what would be even cooler, and I don't know if that is possible, but I think since this is the way they're going to do it, it would be really cool if you would say like, okay, I'm gonna take a track from Tekken 3 and use it as the final round, but start immediately from 20 seconds where the good part starts to jump in, you know what I mean? Because usually when it's the final round, the round is over within, I don't know, 30 seconds, so you're not even listening to the complete track. But if you could set some time marks, that would be really cool as well. Then you can say like, okay, start the first round here and start it, the final round started from there. You can even do that for one track. Kind of, are you guys imagining what I'm saying? Yeah, as far as the VR, guys, I have seen the gameplay of VR, and I have to say, it looks horrible. Right now, it's just, I don't know, basically character model viewer. But if you have for you that have Tekken Hybrid, there was also a gallery mode viewer in there as well. That is actually something much better, because it had backgrounds. You can, you know, turn around the character from different angles. You could basically do a lot more in it, and this is just basically two fighters in it, and they go at it, and that's it. I mean, I hope it gets, how do I say it, gets defined a little bit more, so, because actually, I was also kind of, I knew what it was going to be, because they've talked about it several times. Like, hey, it's gonna be a character model viewer, showcasing how beautiful it is. I mean, why not show the stages, the different stages that you have, the beautiful stages, look around on it, walk on it, I don't know, just something really cool, not just an empty space and that's it, you know. So, yeah, unless they do something better on it. Right now, it's like, okay, you know. So, yeah, this is Japan exclusive stuff. The you know what the funny thing is? Like this, look, what Lucky Chloe has with the hat, it's already in this build, kind of. So, yeah, we have to see what it is. Yeah, this is pre-order stuff. But yeah, one thing I want to say is, because as of now, people are quite like, oh, we have seen the final build and this is pretty much going to be it. And that's it, we already know the game. Like what I'm always surprised of is see that people are assuming they have to know everything up until release. I mean, name me one Tekken game that you know from the beginning what you were getting, you know? So, and we already know a lot of this game, but you have to also understand that there are a lot of things that are going to be kept as a surprise, as a secret, for you to play the game, unlock it, and see like, oh wait, there is another chapter, there is another ending, there is another, I don't know, something, a special thing going on in here. But there is one thing though I have to say about the story mode itself, and that is the way they are telling it, right? Because they are using a narrative guide to tell the story, go through it, and unlock the chapters and stuff. Like, this is potentially something that can be expanded in the future. And what do I mean by that? Look, this is all about Kazuya and Heihachi, so all the chapters, everything that concerns them will be told, and we will see how it will unfold, with the previous Tekken games having those in mind. But let's say a topic like Jun Kazama, right? They can even, like for now, let's say the game comes out, we play the game, and we're like, hey, why isn't she in the game? Or where is she? Or why did they even mention her this amount, you know, very, very, very short, very, you know, not very briefly. I do think that because I've watched all the chapters and it really concerns like Kazuya and Heihachi, there wasn't much where I was like, okay, here begins Jin's kind of story thing, because as far as Jin here, he's like, you know, he's getting rescued by Lars, and then when he's brought back into the facility, that's kind of it. So it's like he is kind of staying in coma or whatever it is. I don't get the feeling that it's too much focused on Jin, but I'm like, what if maybe you can add some extra chapters and do focus on Jin and his story and how everything kind of revolved around him, you know what I mean? So yeah, what do I think is possible? I do think that later on, let's say within this year or maybe within next year, there is really potential to say like, okay, here is a new character or here's an old character, and this is his or her character episode, and this is how the story unfolds, you know? So, you know, I'm pretty stoked about this game. I know it's already out, kind of, but let's say it's now literally 1 month. Not exactly, because in Japan it's going to be on June 1, but I do have the feeling that precisely 1 month later this game is already kind of... I don't hope it gets entirely spoiled on the internet, but be careful, guys, because it would be a shame. We have waited so long, and I don't want to see, you know, every time I see something I'm like, no, don't watch it, don't watch it. So okay, alright, how many of you have seen the GameSpot preview? Have you seen it? Was it spoiler heavy? I mean, it's what you see in this trailer isn't, it's pretty much the same but expanded. Yeah, so if I put on the GameSpot video, how many of you would be You think? You think it's spoiler heavy? I mean, because I mean, I do want to get through it and showcase how cool the gameplay is, you know. I'm not gonna show everything, of course, but so look, guys, I'm gonna go through the GameSpot video. I'm only showcasing some gameplay mechanics to showcase it how cool it is. But if you're like, okay, that I don't want to see anything of it, just, I don't know, pause the video, close it down, whatever, and come back in 10 to 15 minutes or so. I'm not gonna go through all of it, but there is something I, you know, kind of want to talk about, and so if you don't mind, spoiler alert. It's not. I mean, the amount of stuff that is out right now on the internet, this for me, it's a real preview. It's no spoiler. If you don't know anything about Tekken, it is a spoiler, of course. If you didn't know that Kazuya was thrown off the cliff, spoiler alert. I mean, yeah. The thing with Roger, in my opinion, is that yeah, you know, I mean, when the thing came out of Roger, like, oh, we don't want to put him in the game because we're afraid that activists are gonna complain and all that kind of good stuff. And then afterwards, he said like, oh, we were just making an example out of it. You didn't take it much seriously. But I think it's Harada's way of saying like, nowadays, when you do something in a game, there is always backlash to it. I mean, me personally, I didn't expect Roger to be in this game, but for him to say like, hey, we are kind of restricted. If we put him in the game, it can cause some problems for us. The same thing, you know, it's something to think about, because you don't want to tie the hands of the, you know, of Harada, who has a vision for a game, whether it's a specific character or anything like that, but it's something to think about. Same thing as with the SGW thing, the swimsuits and all that stuff. But one thing I'm really kind of thinking about is like, okay, the thing is like, look, we all want that Kid Kazuya becomes playable in this game, right? But can it be possible or not? Because, I mean, let's say Kid Kazuya becomes playable, it can cause some problems. So it's for Harada to kind of making a point like, oh, it's no use to put Roger in this game because probably shit is about to happen and I'm not gonna risk it. It's basically what he's saying. But we have to think much further about that. Yep. All right, guys. So I'm gonna boot up Tekken 5. I don't know if was there something you guys would like to know about. I don't know, just anything we've gotten. Oh yeah, and I just want to say this is like, guys, it's still, look, we have only 1 month left until this game comes out, and it's also something I'm gonna discuss and talk about in part 3, but you don't have to know 100% everything about this game. There is, like, the launch of this game is just the beginning. It's gonna be just the beginning. We have 1 year ahead of us as far as the DLC and season pass. We're gonna get, you know, tons of content and everything like that. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, when Harada says like, okay, look guys, Tekken 7, it's over, it's done, no updates, anything, this is the game you get, then at that point I'm like, okay, the game is finished, the game is, you know, done in its way, in its characters, in its story, in its additions, whatever it is. just for now, like in the past, when we got a Tekken game when it released, we were like, okay, this is it. I enjoyed it. It was good. When is the next one? You know. But this is the other way around. We're already getting a full packed game. We're gonna enjoy this to the fullest, but we can look forward to many more things that are going to come in the future. Because I do get the feeling that they really want to support this game for many, many years. And I'm literally thinking of maybe 3 to 5 years, who knows? So let's say if the DLC season pass is a huge hit, then they will maybe extend it with a season 2. All is possible. It's just the beginning as far as characters, as far as, I mean, literally maybe 95% doesn't have played this game. So let us all just play this game, let it sink it in, let us play all the new characters, let us say what we think of it, and all should be good. Right now, I wouldn't be concerned about whether your favorite character isn't in the game or not, okay? I mean, as far as Anna Williams, guys, I mean, I do have to say this. She, as far as I'm concerned, she is, like, from what I've seen from the story mode, she's needed in the story mode. So next month, maybe? May? Can be May. But I do have full faith that Anna is going to be revealed before launch. If not, at launch. When you play the game and you're like, holy shit, Anna Williams in this game. Or maybe some other character you will look forward to, you know? So, yeah. Basically, this trailer was just April's version of, yeah, this is what we got for April. Now they have 1 month left. 1 month. And as far as I'm concerned, you have to go all out. You have to promote this. You have to just... This is your last stretch to the release. And if you're gonna do a character reveal, I think Anna would be the appropriate one, I have to say. Yeah. Because Kazuya can't... Where is Kazuya's assistant in this game? It's not Lucky Chloe, believe me. Alright. Alright guys, let's do some Tekken 5. I'm gonna... one moment. So, alright guys, I'm gonna start up Tekken 5.